From the creators of the Wife Wednesday Radio Network and Lead Up Studios, this is NerdQuesting with Cena.
Once upon a time in a podcast far, far away, there was a lady who talked a lot about nerdy subjects, and that lady is me. Salutations. I'm Cena from the Wife Wednesday Radio Network, and this is a quest deep into my mind. So as we're tuning in this week, I want everyone to close their eyes and imagine, as we always do, our scene. You are battle weary. You have been fighting your way through this keep of cultists. They are serving the evil god Tiamat. At least I think he's evil. In this, he's evil. And you have a set of companions with you, and you are brave. And you are the bravest paladin there ever was. And so you charged in ahead of everyone, knowing that your team depends upon you. And you are fighting with everything in you. You're casting divine smite left, divine smite right. And then you're overwhelmed. You're overrun. They keep coming. They surround you. They're hitting you and striking you down. And you see your friends in the distance. You see that they're struggling. Others have fallen. And your heart is wrapped with sorrow as the final blow strikes you down. That's what happened to my character recently. We have experienced our first campaign character death.
Permadeath, not just temporary death.
Yeah, like it didn't go like, not just I went down, but like I went down, and then I died.
I just want to say, I feel like it would have gone differently if I was there. Not because I could save you, but just because
you could turn into a bear.
I could turn into a bear, but also, who knows? One of the enemies could have gone after me.
Agreed. And
instead of you.
This is something that DMs face a problem with. And I guess maybe now it's time to address and welcome everyone to NerdQuesting. And this week we're going to talk about what we always talk about is DM problems. And I'm Cena.
And I'm Nicole.
My wife and longtime companion.
I'm not a DM. I am a player.
She is just a player.
I give the ideas.
And it was Christmas Day recently.
Yeah.
And we were in my brother's campaign, and of course Nicole was with her actual family.
I was not there to save you.
And yeah, she wasn't there to save me, and I died.
We had a pregnancy pact.
We did.
No, you had lost yours.
I
still
died
was pregnant, unfortunate.
But this is something that happens in campaigns, and it can go many different ways.
It's supposed to happen.
No
one likes it.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to happen.
And, you know, I was given the option to be able to resurrect my character. And that's just not how the game's played. And as the person who had this first character death, I think I'm thankful it was me. Because myself, or if it had happened to Mike, it would have been okay too. Because dealing with your first character death sets the tone for your whole group. So by accepting the character death, it's like making sure we don't have cheat modes on. Yeah. You know, you're not sandboxing the whole thing. There's the thrill of the potential of loss. That's the point of the game. That's where the gamble is.
Yeah.
With the dice, with how things go. Do you know what's really dumb of me?
What?
I think my character had Misty Step, and I should have.
She did
saved
have
herself.
Misty Step. But it's just,
that's how D&D is. She was surrounded and just one turn. Well, not like one turn, but like it was a turn and then another turn. And then all of a sudden she's down, and like once the enemy's down, they have the chance to like full kill you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened. And you know, it's the
And
logical
that's up
thing
to
of
the
what would
DM.
happen.
Yeah.
And I think
To hit you when you're down.
I accepted my death with grace. I know you weren't there.
You
But I just remember looking up and going, I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's it.
We've gone through many a battle that you have been down and had
Yeah.
to do death saves. Like many.
Yeah. Which is
And
fun.
It is fun. And I think it was just time
Yeah.
for Linnea to not be able to fight back.
It
Unfortunately.
was so hard because that was my favorite character I've
I
ever
know.
played. She was fun.
I literally wouldn't know what to do if Lilith died. Permadeath.
It's hard.
We're not talking about Lilith, but I did have a temporary death scene where I was tortured in a pool of lava, slowly dying because of my DM.
That was me.
Cena. But it wasn't a permadeath. It was a permadeath.
Listen, the thing that sucked, as I told you in this circumstance, it's like, yeah, you're not going to have permadeath because
That
that's
was-
the
yeah.
name of the games that you guys were pulled into, the game of
Yes.
the gods.
It was basically the Hunger Games, if you guys want a visual.
Yeah, definitely like the Hunger Games.
Everything about it was Hunger Games.
And, but I did tell you guys, I'm like, when your character, if they die in this, I'm like, they feel as if they have
Yes.
experienced a real death. I'm like, they will have the pain of death, they will have the trauma of it, and they will remember it.
Yeah.
And so I think the worst part was that you did not die on impact.
Yeah.
Cast her into
So
a
I
chasm.
know what my whole body burning feels like.
So I think
slowly
Lilith
burning.
should develop a fear of like fire.
It's hard because Lilith doesn't have fear.
Yeah.
That's why she trust falled into the lava pit to get across
yeah.
or whatever, and then was on the stumbly rocks.
Yeah, well, she can start experiencing some trauma or suddenly, like maybe subconsciously, like you don't like when you're awake, but you start having nightmares or something. Or if, say, you guys are encountered.
We are the only ones that look into the backstory of the battle part. Like, we like the role play aspect of this, and a lot of the people don't.
Yeah.
And it's just hard because I'm like, I want to be the role play and talk about my fears, and
Yeah.
we'll see.
We'll see. We'll get there. We get there.
Are there fire demons?
I mean,
throw
I
at
made
us?
you guys fight lava trolls, fire giants. That's why I made you fight.
Lava giants.
Yeah.
But are there fire demons?
There
in the
might be.
book?
I have no
Because
idea.
You throw a lot of demons at us, and if you throw one of those at us,
Yeah, I do.
because it's a demon based campaign. That's why she throws a lot
Yeah,
of demons
because there's
at
a
us.
Dark Lord
Yeah.
and a sibling rivalry battle going on a kingdom scale, you know, very Games of Thrones, you know.
Yeah.
But it definitely made me character deaths.
Character deaths.
It gave me a different perspective maybe on building because we put so much into our characters.
And it was like right when Cena was wanting to get a character for that and
Yes.
dice for that character.
And it just didn't happen.
Nope.
And she died. And I'm like, damn, I'm glad I didn't order anything because, you know, comedic relief.
Yeah. You're going to need blue dice now.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have blue dice. I need to get blue dice. And a character.
Or galaxy dice.
Oh, yeah. But maybe it's like, you know, I'm making this new character and I don't think I've put as much of myself into this character.
No.
Because I see it as being more disposable.
Yeah, but you also are trying to have a character in every class. Not that you're trying to make one in every class just for the funsies, but that you're actually going to play.
Yeah, so I can understand them,
So,
be a better
yeah.
dungeon master.
And it's out of your comfort zone, so you're kind of learning it too as you go.
Yeah, I have a YouTube queue up of my next character being a monk.
Yeah.
So I have a couple of videos I need to watch.
Yeah.
Because it's like I need to watch the base video on the monk class, and then I need to watch the path class.
Yeah, it's just like in our one campaign that I'm not Lilith, I am a druid tiefling. The only spells that I use or anything, I wild shape and
Bear smash.
well, yeah, but I also, when I run out of wild shape, I end up like using a cantrip, I think. It's like firebolt or something.
I think it is firebolt.
Yeah. And that's all. I have all these spells and cantrips that I can use.
Because your tiefling body is squishy.
Yeah. But Adric doesn't run his campaign like you would, to where I could use the fun stuff that I have, like using my vines to entangle, or I can I'm gonna pull it up and look, because there's ones that I can use to like make a distraction over in the trees to distract.
Like thaumaturgy.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
Yes. Like I have ones that I don't
folks.
use, but because
you
he's
haven't
not
had a
into the role
situation
play.
to
He's
use
into
it.
the battle, and he was in the role play when we were traveling. That was funsy.
That was so fun.
But
I think it's like different groups have different style of play.
Agreed. Different. Yeah.
What I want to be able to get more out of some of, like, say, you know, like my mom, she's starting to come out of her shell with that and starting to talk more like as her character, or like give me backstory kind of thing.
Like I have druid craft. I can make flowers instantly bloom, leaves bloom, like buds and things. Like I can make leaves fall, or a puff of wind, or the sound of a small animal within 5 feet.
I can make a puff of wind.
Like within a 5 foot. I can make the faint odor of a skunk. Like how funny would that be to make it someone seem like they farted?
Yes.
Like it's just stuff like that. Like I can instantly light or snuff out a candle or torch or a small campfire. You know, it's little things like that I have.
Next time
I have taumaturgy. I have beast bond. I can establish a telepathic link with one beast that I touch that is friendly to you or charmed by you.
Okay.
Stuff like that. I have Thunderwave, which I really want to use, but will hurt people that are my allies.
See, Thunderwave would have saved Linnea.
Oh, yeah, probably. Like, I have Bark Skin. You touch a willing creature. Use until the spell ends. The target skin has a rough bark-like appearance, and the target's AC can't be less than 16, regardless of what kind of armor it is wearing. So that's like a good one.
How long does it last?
Up to an hour.
Up to an hour. So like before
like I can
you
use
go
that
into
on
battle,
myself,
correct?
Right?
You can use that on
See,
yourself.
that's why I don't understand all this stuff that I have. So like when I come out of, like if I run out of wild shape, I could cast Bark Skin and then I'd have extra armor.
Don't worry.
Because
my new character is going to be like,
my armor class is 13.
Yeah,
as
so
a Neferi.
before if you know, like we're sneaking up on battle,
Oh,
you're going to want to
Flame
use
Blade
that.
a lot.
Flame Blade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you would want to use that on yourself. And see, the thing is, like, once I still have to make my new character sheet. I've just been making his story and drawing pictures of him. Whatever. Like, I'm like,
we've got time today when I'm writing. You can be working on your character.
I'm like, he shaves his head because that's what warriors do.
Yeah.
And then once he's settled and very Amish, he's going to grow it out once he finds a wife.
Yeah. Like I have spike growth, spider climb, pass without a trace, hellish rebuke.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That's a reaction, isn't it?
Hellish flames.
It'll say 1A or 1R or 1BA.
It is 1R.
1R. So that's a reaction. So that means like...
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand spell work.
So I think we should put your spell
and that's
on
why
some cards.
I have all the druid spell cards.
You
I bought them.
Yes. Okay.
I just don't have like a book to put them in. Like Therese and Mike do.
Don't buy one.
Okay.
I'll buy one for you.
My birthday is in a month.
Yeah.
But like I have Call Lightning and what was I said Spike Growth. I have Gust of Wind. I have Darkness. So that yes. Magical darkness spreads from a point you choose within 15 feet, and dark vision can't see through this darkness.
Because it's a true darkness.
Yes. I almost used it on the lava. Oh, no. I was thinking about it with the lava giants, but I was like, I'm Lilith.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not Neferi.
See, I would have to see. I don't think they have. So there's dark vision. There's like dark vision expertise kind of thing. And then there's something called true sight. So true sight means...
I had true sight, I think. Maybe not.
That means you can see through spells like darkness. You can see through a spell like invisibility, I believe.
Like I have this reaction that I didn't understand that it was a reaction before. It's the absorb elements.
So you take half
I never understood.
Damage.
So depending on the type of damage, it's basically all damage. Where is it? The spell captures some of the incoming energy, lessening its effect on you and storing it for your next melee attack. You have resistance to the triggering damage type until the start of your next turn. Also, the first time you hit with a melee attack on your next turn, the target takes an extra 1d6 or whatever it says
whatever
up
that
here. It's
elemental
usually
damage
2d6 it looks like of that elemental damage. And and then the spell ends after that. But I have
that's
to.
That's pretty nifty.
It's hard. That's why I like sitting by Mike because
he can help you.
He can look at my phone and be like, "This is what this is."
That's because he loves the technical part of it.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Versus
he
us,
does.
we love
and I don't understand
imagination.
Like when I was rolling way too high damage for the bear and didn't realize it.
I loved it. We should have just
because I was looking from the bear aspect in the book.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, just being a character is hard, but being a DM is also harder, I think.
So
especially when you have people who have opinions.
Yeah, and every single one of my players has opinions.
I try to keep my opinions lower because I try to.
I know.
Offer up the
No. What I just mean is every single one of you have
Oh yeah.
You're opinionated people.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the fun part. It's also the hard part, but it is fun. As a DM, finding some of the time balance. And
in your life?
In my life.
Okay.
We kind of briefly talked about it earlier. Like, for most of my life, I've gotten off early in the day.
Yeah, we've always gotten off between 2 and 3.
And now that I work business hours where I'm not home till 5:30 or after some nights, and especially with this season, with it being dark, I have no energy to pour into planning a session. And I don't think, now you do because you've sat here with me while I've worked on stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think players understand how much work has to go in it. Mm-hmm. And then not only you can prepare for this,
but we're going to go a different way.
You're going to go a completely different way. So
you have to work
I have to work on the fly.
Which is okay. That's the point of D&D.
Yes.
And you have players that know that and know that we end up doing the thing you don't expect us to do.
Yeah. And for some of my players who, maybe watch things like Critical Role.
Mike.
Critical
Literally,
Role.
If he's not gaming or watching sports, he's watching Critical Role.
That is the D&D. I've never listened to it.
I've seen the videos and I follow them on
TikTok
It's
or
a
something?
YouTube.
YouTube,
It's
yeah.
you watch them on YouTube, basically.
Matt Mercer
Yeah.
is kind of like... Matt Mercer is the Freddie Mercury
Yes.
of the D&D
Yes.
world. Like, I aspire to be that, but I know I will never be Matt Mercer.
Yeah.
He's a professional.
Exactly. He literally does this.
And I
as a
think
living.
people who got into Dungeons and Dragons, you know, like us, by listening to podcasts. I mean, like, I've had an organic way in, like, where I've been invited to sessions or like had it brought to me. But people who listen to podcasts where, especially like Dungeons and Daddies, they take out a lot of the table talk. The times you sit there and you bullshit, you know,
Yes.
like they take out a lot of that. So like when you're getting an hour to maybe an hour and a half long podcast on a session, those people are probably sitting together for 5 hours.
Oh, they are.
Yeah. And there's like a lot of things that get cut out if you're listening. And then you have different expectations when you come to the Dungeons and Dragons table. You know what I mean?
Do you know there's an actress who I love
Yes.
who's in Critical Role?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Her name is Ashley Johnson.
What she's in? Or what is she in?
I'm trying to think of a movie that you would know. Have you seen What Women Want with Mel Gibson?
No.
She's his daughter in that.
Okay. So she's
Here,
a celebrity.
yeah, she's
An actress. Okay.
I'm trying to look up other things that you might know.
This is my point. Like, they're professionals.
Yes.
They're trained in improv. They're trained in acting. They're trained in voice acting.
She's a voice actor mainly because, like, she's in Naruto,
Okay,
and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and like Minecraft Story Mode, and
she does a lot of voice
Tales
acting.
from the Borderlands. But she was in like movies when she was younger.
And I guess that's just like my point. Like, I get insecure because I'm not that quality in my, like, I feel like I'm not that quality. And I feel like I'm a disappointment if I'm not delivering that.
You're not.
She's giving me a look.
You're not. You feel that way, but no one thinks of it that way. Literally, you think Mike gets angry at you.
I think that's a trauma response.
It is a trauma response because he literally has talked. I have obviously voiced it too, how much I miss Lilith and your campaign, but he has also voiced it at the New Year's Eve party D&D session, 2-day session that we had, that he really missed your campaign and Odo.
Yeah.
Powerhouse.
He missed Lilith.
He missed Lilith. We all know it.
Hair toss.
But yeah, I think it's just you saying that to yourself.
Yeah.
No one,
okay,
this is an example of what he said. He was talking about how we were talking about something, how we didn't do anything yesterday on New Year's Eve. And you were like, we didn't do anything. And he's like, well, it was just like mainly role play. You took it as he didn't like it because we did nothing. But he was just saying we didn't battle. That's all he was saying.
Are you sure?
Yes. And I literally looked at you and I was like, we're going to talk about
cry
that
right now talking.
I know. I know. Because as soon as he said it, I was like, I'm going to have to talk to Cena about this.
You're like, she's crushed.
Literally just ruined her mic. Thanks a lot. But it was literally,
it does get to me.
like,
Obviously,
he
you
was,
can tell.
yeah, he was just saying that we didn't battle.
I literally
said,
thought he was saying that we
No.
did nothing and like that it was like a waste of his time.
No, it was just
That's
that
what
we
his
didn't-
tone said to me.
It wasn't that at all. He was saying we didn't battle yesterday. And that's what he misses from your campaigns, is that he's a heavy hitter and we battle more.
Yeah.
We just do. We have small encounters more than we have in Adrix.
Yes.
It wasn't you. And in Adrix, he literally is someone who stands on the side and heals people.
Yeah.
He can't do anything.
Not till a higher level.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, it wasn't you're a piece of shit, why would you plan this kind of
This
compliment
is a podcast,
or
not
thing.
therapy.
It is therapy sometimes. But this is what DMs have to deal with, is like their players saying something like that and they're like, well, what the fuck did I do this for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll like,
Cena has me for a reason, because I will tell her.
she translates.
I translate what people actually are saying about her campaign so that she isn't crushed for weeks. We literally went over a month without your campaign.
Because like
of
Adric
something
and Mike were like laying into
said.
me. They're like, it's too easy. And
Mike, I'm telling you, you need to put Mike at the brink of death.
I'm
to
trying.
where he can't make a spell or something.
Yeah.
Like, you need to have him immobilized, alone, or something. Like Heliod is coming again, and he thinks it's Heliod, but it's not. And he's caught off guard to where he is just trapped and can't yell for help, and all of that. Do it.
That could be brilliant.
Yes, because I mean, the god has visited him before. Why wouldn't it visit him again?
True.
And what if it just was a minion from Akuzath or something?
Yeah.
You're welcome. This is what I'm here for.
Thank you.
Literally, this is what I'm here for. I am your other creative mind.
You are. You are the organized part of it.
I am a person who likes to think of story outlines.
I think.
And I give them to people to grow.
Yeah. Well, you're the person that I can come to and I say, hey, I've got idea A and I've got idea C. Mm-hmm. I don't know what my B is.
And I can give it to you.
And you can give me the B. So that way I can keep going.
Like how I told you. So we all, in Cena's campaign, we all have backgrounds. And she was going to try and make one campaign session about each of us. But Teresa and I's background is not that big. So last week, that 1 week, I said, if you need to have more info, why don't you run the one where it's Teresa's thing? And you were like worried that you wouldn't have enough to do. I'm like, well, just add in mine. Mine is more of a role play than a
like puzzle or anything.
Mine is, it's not like a battle or anything. It's just a find out more about Lilith next on CNN.
Cena
and Nicole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I do for you, is I fill in the holes that you're like, I don't know. And then I'm like, here's an idea. How about this?
Yes.
And then you have more options.
Yes. Because I lock up when I can't figure it out. It's
Woof,
not
woof.
a podcast without my dogs. So, as we're going into this new year, new season, I have ideas of wanting to maybe put snippets in of a session.
That would be fun.
And then just so that so people can hear what an actual session is going to sound like. Maybe a 10-minute snippet, 5-minute snippet.
Yeah.
Of just what it sounds like around our table.
Yeah.
It's just figuring out
that
audio
scene
recording
of Lilith dying and like Eric trying to save me and all that.
Yes.
And Oda going, it's fine. She'll be back tomorrow.
She'll be back
kind
tomorrow.
of thing. Like, that would have been a good snippet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That whole thing, like putting your faith in leap of faith or whatever.
Yes. Or like when you guys met or when you guys got to pretend to be the rich people.
Oh my gosh, that would have been so fun.
Like that
we
was
just
hilarious.
Need a 360 mic.
We do need a 360 mic, and we need to put it on the table.
And then I have my computer.
Yeah. And then, like we just record and...
Okay, I wanted to say something about back to what you were talking about in your life and being busy. You have been playing Call of Duty a lot. That is also part of it.
Another nerdy thing.
Which is totally fine. Like,
yes.
Sweet. I think you need to allocate days for D&D preparations. 2 nights a week.
My big thing is I just need to take my half days at work.
Oh, that's a good idea. When
And
you
just
come
like
home,
while my husband's still working, come home, and that's my time.
Agreed.
Especially now that the holidays are over.
Yeah.
That's my time to do my prep.
But he gets home so soon.
It's like 2 hours.
Yeah, I know. Nicole's I would be like, I need 4 hours and you can't bother me while I do this one thing.
Yeah.
If I didn't have children and things.
Yeah.
Kind of vibe.
I think once I get my house, you know how I am.
Yeah.
I can only focus on one task at a time. I have to get the holidays out of my house.
Yeah, same.
I can't mentally move on from Christmas until it's out of my sight.
Yes.
Until next year, which I will love it and welcome it back with open arms, but I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm podcast, you listeners, you can't see me gesturing at my Christmas tree, but I have been violently hand gesturing at it this whole time.
But I think that giving yourself a time, like on Wednesdays, you get home, you need to say, I'm going to get dinner in the Instant Pot or ready. So it's just ready and needs warmed up for you and Andrew. And then work on your D&D and say, I am not going upstairs to game until like 7, 8 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like set a time that you can get all this stuff done. And then at this time, I'm doing what I want. Whether it's game, read a book.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
That's why I got the planner.
Yeah.
And I've been checking it and using it every day. So
that's what's been helping me with cleaning. I'm like, I'm going to clean until this time and then I can write.
It's like those
about
clocks
Raven.
you guys got.
Yes. Literally, those are nice.
I just need to program it in my phone or something. No, I got my planner.
You have your planner. You just
That's
need
what
to
I'm
put a
doing.
time with it.
Yeah.
And then that's when you can set an alarm.
Yeah. Because, like, I don't really like getting on until, or like doing those kinds of, I like to relax a little later because
Yes.
I won't get anything done if I sit
Exactly.
down when I get home.
That's what I'm saying. Every day you just need a time of when you're allowed to go upstairs and relax and play a video game or do whatever.
Yeah.
The time before that is either for dinner, cleaning, D&D prep, like things that have a deadline.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then go upstairs and game.
Yes.
Like I would set that time other than Wednesdays since you get off work early, but the other days when you get off later, I would set that time at like 7 or 8 o'clock.
That sounds like a good idea. So, something I think I'm going to go into is with this next season is it's not all Dungeons and Dragons. It's also just going to be talking about my nerdy obsessions, which is what this is supposed to be about.
Yes.
And so I may have mentioned this on my sister podcast, our sister podcast, the Wife Wednesday podcast, but I am reading a book called A Word So Fitly Spoken by T.A. Lawrence. And I was going into this, I saw something on TikTok about it, and it just had a quote said by a character. I don't even remember what the quote is, but I think I was expecting some like smutty magic filled romance.
Yeah.
And this is definitely darker than I was expecting. And so I'm enjoying it and I'm taking my time with it and only reading smaller amounts of it at a time. And so far, like, nobody's done the diddly. I don't know what, like,
I know.
come on, folks. That's what I came here for.
My current read is still A Court of Thrones.
Thorns and Roses.
No. Well, the third book. The third part just came out January 1st on Audible.
The dramatized version.
Yes. So I need to listen to that. So that's technically my current read because I haven't started it yet because
you haven't finished this series.
I know. And I've thought about getting the last two books not dramatized and listening to it, because I'm fine with listening to it. Brittany's the one who's like, I just can't get into non-dramatized ones, or like only one reader, like not multiple readers.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me one bit.
I know it. I'm like, I think I'm gonna be fine.
Yeah.
So that's a thought that's in my mind, if I'm gonna listen to the last 2 books or not.
She love you too, but you guys are listening to them together.
I know, but she's been listening to all kinds of books. Like, she's in her book phase, and I'm in my series, like TV series and Netflix series time. But that's what I have to finish this week, I think.
So that brings us to what's your current watch.
Yeah.
I am currently watching a show on Netflix, and I'm trying to get you to watch.
I don't know if I'm going to
It's labeled as an anime.
I don't know if I'll be able to.
And it's really...
For all you readers, I despise anime. I can't get into it, and I apologize. I watched Dragon
Greek
Ball Z,
mythology.
the abridged series. And
if
I
you
liked
can
that.
make it through that, and Dragon Ball Z is the ugliest anime I've ever seen.
It's so funny, though.
Watch Blood of Zeus.
I will try. I told you I would.
It's like Lore Olympus, but not modern or...
Don't you do that to me.
Yeah, it's all Greek mythology.
I know. I'm going to try it. I said I would.
It's great.
And I will.
It is violent. Do not put it around your children.
Oh, okay.
Like full beheading. You see the bone in the neck.
It's a cartoon, though, people.
It's a cartoon,
not
though.
real.
Yeah. So, and
mine is New Amsterdam.
Oh, that's
but
right.
It's also multiple, but I've also been into New Amsterdam this weekend, like Friday, Saturday.
That's been her current
That has
obsession.
been my, I can play it while my children are around show.
This one, no.
So,
this is a
yeah,
TVMA.
Yeah.
So there's like, there's a harpy in one scene. There's definitely titties. So
okay.
Yeah, do not.
Yeah.
Violence, nudity, and gore.
Another series that I watched at work in one day was The Empress on Netflix, and it is not safe for work, people. But when you work in a corner, it's not safe for if people are literally around you all the time.
Okay, so it's like
if you're
little
sitting
bit
at
here,
a desk,
little bit there.
yeah. If you're sitting at a desk, it's fine.
Like The Witcher, kind of not
Yeah.
suitable. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then my current gaming obsession is Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I've been playing Warzone. I've been going off.
I haven't been playing a game right now.
Survived. Listen, the next thing I want is the Harry Potter game. Andrew asked me again last night if I wanted it. And I'm like, yeah, that was me.
Oh.
This has a flap.
I see it.
I was playing with it.
Okay.
So, thanks for listening to NerdQuesting, guys. We'll see what this season brings.
Live long and prosper.
You've been listening to NerdQuest, a Wife Wednesday Radio Network production. Our executive producer is Dustin from the Lead Up Studios team in St. Louis, Missouri. Be sure to like, follow, and share us with your friends on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and more by searching Wife Wednesday. You can find NerdQuesting on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Audible, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and more.